I went to the corner, my friends, they weren't there. They said, hey man, you want your share? I turned around and walked away. I didn't want to live nowhere. Street corners with the finest of views.
Hello, Douglas Scott McCarron again. Today I want to concentrate on part of my Magix Pro X program called Mercalli RT. It's a stabilization software that I use comes with Video Pro X from Magix. I'm sure that, all the other software editors probably have a similar thing, but I just haven't a real connection to Video Pro X because it seems to do everything I want. What it basically does is it stabilizes unstable, like if you're doing handheld and the camera's kind of gyrating around. The difference is it has Mercalli 2.0 and Mercalli 5.0, and it also has Sony stabilization. And those all run like they analyze the software and then rewrite or not the software, the video, and then rewrite it. RT just sort of does it automatically on the fly. And for somebody like me who can't afford, a self-stabilizing, jib or, some kind of transport device, it's really handy to have it stabilize the camera. Plus, some of my older cameras are like several years old, and even though they have stabilization, you'll still see jumpiness, and you'll see it in a video I'm about to show. I have a newer camera that has a much better stabilization. But the combination of that with this RT really rescues a lot of stuff that I think is too jumpy. So what I want to show you here is a clip of a woman walking down the road, one of my actors. And first I'll show you the normal one. You'll see it kind of bounces and jostles around. And then I'm going to show you a copy with RT's version. And you'll see it's much more stable. And then I'm going to put it in split screen. It's very handy, and it rescues a lot of things. The other thing is, we're sitting here constantly creating an imaginary world. And something about our imagination just really wants to take itself as really the most important thing and doesn't like anything interceding. Like, you'll be walking around in the world and some outside noise bothers you while you're listening to music in your earbuds, and you'll get seriously upset as if the internal world is the most important thing and what's going on outside around you isn't. There's just something about the imagination that seems to demand total attention. And it's pretty exhilarating, but at the same time it's kind of deceptive, it's also our imagination that causes a lot of accusing opposite religions or nationalities or races as being a problem, and then they have to be eliminated so that everything in my imagination is right. And it reminds me of something in the Bible where they describe a being that appears to be godlike, but it isn't God. And it tries to tell you that something is truth that isn't truth. And in my experience, about the only thing I've seen that matches that is imagination. Because it's not just thoughts in your head. There's a lot of feeling and judgment and power and energy connected with it. And it just kind of, a lot of these, like in the United States, we're having great big upsets about, like, storming the Capitol and COVID and everything. And people are pretty much just talking to their inner discussions and judgments of others and not really being out here in the world with their fellow human beings. And, people are quite ready to harm one another over this internal judgment machine of this imagination. I mean, it's fun too, but it also has a nasty way of causing people to harm one another. So, with that said, it's good to make a really good, stable shot, but also you want to make sure that people aren't really distracted into the imagination so much that they forget that it's not real. I mean, we intellectually know that, you know, like Game of Thrones, there was a year-long discussion, was Jon Snow dead or not? And the answer obviously is no. He's neither alive nor dead. He's not real. He's just an imaginary made-up character. And we know that, and yet we treat it like it's really real and have hour-long discussions. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people. You know, you pick whatever it is you want to have an imaginary discussion about, and it really distracts you. So it's important to know the difference between your imaginary world and what's going on around you, because your fellow human beings don't live in your imagination. Same thing with, I used to fall in love with women and not ever talk to them because I was in love with my imaginary woman and never really talked to the women around me. Anyway, so Magic Pro X has this Mercalli RT. I really suggest you look into it, or if you have some other software, look into it, because it really saves a lot of shots. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the unstabilized version. And now I'm going to show you the stabilized version. And as you can see, they're quite different. Now I'm going to put them together so you can see them both at the same time. So it's a vast improvement. Okay, I'm not on camera this time, but I hope this was helpful. Until next time, Douglas Scott McCarron, being human with you and sharing movies. All right, bye now.